All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Ashok, for having me here. I'll try to be short and sweet, as they say. And while thinking about what was I going to talk about, and taking into consideration that I'm in the telemedicine business for more than 19 years, and I've seen the evolution, I said, well, let me bring something that can show the results of what telemedicine is, and demystifying the word telemedicine that 19 years ago was a very, very complicated word and frightening word. So I decided to bring some examples that actually address the problem of the rural areas, the lack of healthcare delivery in those areas. We all know these facts. These are UN and WHO facts. There is a lack of infrastructure. There are no doctors and no qualified human resources in any areas which are designated as rural areas. So how can we actually then implement very complicated telemedicine or telehealth or e-health or web-based platforms or cloud-based platforms deal with health in those environments? How can we actually bring a platform that is working in the United States or Israel or Europe and using the same platform in rural India or rural Africa? It can be done. So I brought 3 or 4 examples of hands-on implementations. One is called ProCardio in Israel, the second one, Telebiomedical, right here in Mumbai, and the third one in South America, specifically the example in Chile, although this company works in several countries in South America. On top of it, well, something that we do, the Arctic implementation, which is the Advanced Rural Telemedicine Clinic, that can be implemented in locations like rural India, outpatient department, disease management, medical content for second opinion, and so forth. So a little bit about the simplest and quickest implementation of an ECG interpretation call center. Electrocardiogram is something very easy to do. It's something very easy to transmit. It's something very easy to implement. So if we can just focus on one of those parameters, we can serve, like this specific company is doing, hundreds of doctors in the Mumbai area, provide them a service online where they will transmit the ECG, in this case telephonically, and get an answer within 2 to 3 minutes with a medical report on it. Simple, quick to implement. It's been in use for the last 4 or 5 years. The second is a countrywide call center does exactly the same thing. It belongs to the largest HMO in Israel and actually covers the whole country. I'm sorry, we are very small. We are on 7 million people, so the numbers that you are going to see later on are very big for Israel, but very small maybe compared to what Chile is doing or India is doing. An ITMS that serves, again, using just ECGs, just transtelephonic electrocardiograms, serving a country that has different problems, which are distances between the remote areas and the central towns. All of these 3 implementations do the same. They have a single interpretation center. They are a physician-oriented service. They have a high-skilled interpretation team, very efficient, real-time interpretation. They give priorities to unstable patients, confidentiality, data mining, online retrieval. They all do the same. Chile, if you're a little bit aware of the country, it's like we call it sausage, 4,000 kilometers in length, and in some locations just 20 or 30 kilometers in width. So large territory, a very uneven distribution of cardiologists. 85% of the cardiologists are in these 3 cities that you see surrounded. All the rest of the country, lack of expertise in reading a simple ECG. They have more than 400 primary health care centers where they've implemented the service for the government. This is a private company. Today, they are performing more than 20,000 ECGs a month. More than 20,000 a month. And they've covered 100% of the country. In Israel, the same setup of a call center that covers 180 health posts in Israel, as again, it's a much smaller country, does 140,000 ECGs a year. On top of it, they also do Holter examinations, and about 21,000 a year. Specifically, the Israeli center does 160,000 readings, working only from 8 to 7 p.m., 8 in the morning to 7 p.m. in the evening, 22 days a month, with 3 to 4 cardiologists, 5 Holter technicians, and 1 secretary. So see the efficiency. The average time for interpretation of an ECG is less, well, it's 1.5 minutes, and the average time of a Holter is about less than half an hour. So if we take all of this and try to implement this in the rural areas, if you look at the skill set pyramid, we know that as the farthest we go from the super specialty locations or hospitals, we lack the skills to perform highly qualified exams. So this is actually the pyramid. The pyramid is one that the farther we are, the less qualified people we have. But with telemedicine, we can fill the gap. It's very simple. Second opinion, using these types of call centers or technologies, technology is not an issue anymore. We can actually connect using very simple devices, a remote location, with any super specialty hospital in India or outside of India. We can managing trends. We can know exactly what is happening where. This is not rocket science, as I just heard. This is really working, simple to implement. This is being done as we speak. Thank you very much.
That was crisp. So hopefully Ashwin will come the next time around to look at what can be done. But any
Even if I have to pull him by
please?
force, Ashok, okay, if I have to bring him by force, we'll do that.
So any questions for Roberto, please? No.
There's a question.
Is there?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll take it right at the end. So I'd like to invite our last speaker.
Thank you very much.
I think that's, where's that? Surjit. Yeah, Surjit Bandal, right?
Yeah, Bandal.
Surjit Bandal?
Department of Health, UK.
Oh, that's you? Oh, okay. So we have a alternate